Good Friday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and motorcycles, the SUVs, the camper, the dogs, the weather, the attitude. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. Wow. Good Friday morning there for all those that tune in my channel and watch my morning conversations as we pass another week. Man, I tell you what, life, it just goes fast, doesn't it? Wow, yikes. It really is going by so quickly. So getting over to the driveway, to the barn, to the shop, to office. You know what? I got the driveway a little more organized yesterday and feel a little better about that. The birds seem to be slowing down a little bit on the bathroom issues, which that's a good thing. The kid and I have now been in the camper officially 1 week. Yes, we slept in the camper officially. We just love the camper. I hate to even take it out of its spot. I sometimes think, why even go camping? I'm camping in my own backyard. I'd rather just hang out here and camp. So it's just so tranquil and so nice. And it's a nice warm day out here for us. Let's get the dogs in the office, except for the Kiefer Trouble Dog. I've got my really cool new mug, Life is Better at the Campsite. And so got that up at Beckley's RV the other day. So hey, Keith, you're not going in because you're trouble. Hey, Ginger, come on, stand by. Ginger. Yeah, this doesn't end, does it? It doesn't end. So anyways, it's the Friday morning conversations, and this week's been a really good theme. I think the word of the day, and me taking that and running with it for the cars and trucks and motorcycles that turn into the state of times, I think I've done a good job, because we had the first day, Monday, media, second day, Tuesday, notifications, third day, Wednesday, annoying. Wednesday was annoying. Thursday was stubborn. So how do we wrap the 5-day morning conversation week out, from the media to the notifications to annoying, stubborn? I thought, what better word of the day? Aggravation. Aggravated. I thought, boy, oh boy, is that the doggone truth? I mean, aren't you just aggravated? I'm aggravated. I really am. I mean, you hear it through my channel a lot, and it just aggravates the hell out of me, because I read so much news and content, and yet I see these, and people hear me gripe about the other YouTubers. It isn't me griping, it's the fact that we live in a society, come on, Ginger baby, that definitely caters to the negativity of the world. And they definitely cave to all the doom and gloom. And the guys that really make all the money, it seems like to me, help me out, everybody, on my YouTube channel. And I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing views and ideas of my own world. It just seems like the people that get up every day and tell you the gloom and doom of everything in such a shambles, the world's coming to an end, they get the incredible amount of hits. And I know a few people have reached out and said it's the algorithms. So yeah, so wow, so aggravated. So you'd have to say today, come on baby, you have to, can't leave her alone. You have to say then that the country is aggravated. Come on, Kiefer, no. Come on, Ginger. The country is aggravated more than ever. I mean, and if that wasn't factual, then why would the algorithms be playing, catering to the people that are very aggravated? Because aggravation is unhappiness. And come on, Ginger, come on. Come on, baby, come on, come on. And so for me, I think the word aggravated is so where we are in today's society, especially in America. Oh, look at this. This is classic. So his little ball. So let me go. That's you know, it's just the way it plays out, man. But you know what? I bought him a whole new, brand new pack of balls over here. And here you go. Look at this here, dude. That's your brand new ball. It's a squeaky one. I'll regret it. You're going to hear that thing squeak now forever. Yeah, you'll hear the little squeaky noise. That'll be happening any minute. Oh, wasn't that brilliant? So anyways, that's aggravating, isn't it? So yeah, so it's aggravating as a YouTuber like me that goes out of its way to try to bring content to you, that I try to kind of bring I feel like a mild balance of where we are and what's going on, and share my addictions to buying cars and trucks and all my antics at the same time. But at the same time, as a YouTuber, to no avail, it doesn't really draw in what others get out of just a constant negativity. Just to give you an example of Carvana. So if you go back about a year and a half ago, Carvana was predicted to go bankrupt. Do you realize Carvana just had one of their better first quarters and have posted profits? Yes, this is factual. Carvana, who was supposedly going down the drain and going to lose its business, go bankrupt, it had one of its better first quarters of this year and had like 23-cent earnings on their stocks. And so people made money off their company, and they made money. But yet, you glimmers would preach you all day long, that company's done forever, they'll never make it. Hey, here's the pool. Guess what I'm doing? Yeah, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting a new pool. That pool right there, believe it or not, is like 12 years old. Even for me, it's hard to believe that Walmart pool that I paid $700 for in 2012 is still together. And I've had a lot of fun with that thing, but it's seen its day. And get this. So the new one is $1,300. It's basically close to double what it was 12 years ago, which, yeah, economic times. So I'm getting a brand new pool delivered to me Monday. I'm going to have to drain that one out, dismantle it, throw all the stuff into the dump trailer, because we got a dump trailer ride today here in the back 40. You don't really usually walk around with me here in the back 40. On the beautiful pond here. Some people are like, why don't you just use your pond? Oh, man, I've done that many years. That pond is nasty. Yeah, trust me. That pond isn't what you think it is. Yeah, I swam in it. Yeah, it's not the most delightful. So anyways, I'm going to drain out the pool, and then I'm going to clean up this whole area here. And then what I'm going to do is bring in the new pool, set it all up. And then the most expensive part, in some ways, will be the water, because I have to have water brought in. There's no way I'm going to take, that's going to take like 15,000 gallons of water. I guarantee that's $1,000 bill for water. So that's next week's project. Of all my nothing to do is I got to get the camper in order for the trip for the following week to Myrtle Beach. Hopefully today I can get the condors in. Hopefully today I can load the motorcycles up. I don't think I'll get the truck and trailer up the road. But meanwhile, we're going to give the Ram TRX truck a nice little tow ride today. It's not a lot of weight, but I really do like this Ram TRX truck. I really do like it. It's a great truck. And I said yesterday that I probably wouldn't have gotten that Raptor 37. But you know what? I think we should use the Raptor 37 now for the Ranger Raptor. That's my plan. But the kid and I got to go up to the dump, get rid of all that stuff. But anyways, stop project there. But so yeah, I'm sure some people are like, why don't you have your camper down here? Well, it's more about the ease of getting in and out of it. All electric. It's pulled to it, and I like it here. This is just a really stable area. So we're learning. Oh yeah, I guess that's the place where you put your tubes. Duh. See there? I got them on the ground. That's probably a pipe. It is. Duh. So I'm learning. That's the whole thing about using your camper. I used the gas stove for the first time last night, laying in bed, only hoping and praying I turned off all the right things, and then the thing blows up. I don't know those stories. So yeah, so the aggravation, yeah, you hear it through my channel a lot. But I guess it's obvious that this country's, well, we know, you're witnessing all these protests, but let's talk about the cars, because I try to keep the car motorcycle theme. So what is the most aggravating thing about a car? Even a motorcycle. I think everybody would agree that it's sitting in traffic. So the irony of life is these vehicles bring us so much joy and happiness, but they bring us so much anger and aggravation as well. Because you want to get out on the road, take a ride, drive somewhere, and then all of a sudden the road's locked down, the traffic. If you watch my channel, you hear me talk about all the time this DC Baltimore metro area, the traffic is horrendous. And it's just so bad. And so what happens? But you get aggravated. I mean, what's a main challenge in road manners is road rage. You hear about how people are killing each other because of their aggravation of being on the road. Somebody aggravates you tailgating you, or somebody aggravates you for being in front of you. Yeah, that insurance makes you get aggressive. There's all these stories. your motorcycles, how many people have been caught off on a motorcycle? Yeah, how many stories could a true motorcycle enthusiast here tell you about being literally cut off going down the road on your motorcycle? This is so funny. Kiefer is trying to get his ball, that little rope there, so he's fixated on that instead of the other one. Yeah, I have my own life ending crash, truly close to my, just beyond believable, of a lady pulling right out in front of me but then never stopping a stop sign. Yeah, who doesn't see this? Yesterday I was coming back in. If you watch the 79th window tint of the Ford Explorer ST that's out here in the driveway, that's my 79th window tint, and I really am glad I got it done. Keeps the car cooler, more privacy. It just gives the car a little bit more of a nice look. And you just, so yesterday I was coming back in, and there's an undercover cop in front of me in a Chevy Tahoe. And I know that there's different divisions, different, some people have different tasks and positions. But isn't it just aggravating when you're driving down the road and there's basically a state police officer that's going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit or more, and everybody follows him, and then eventually people even go by the person. And so I was videoing that yesterday of going down a 55 mile an hour speed limit road where people were doing 70 miles an hour, then upwards of 75 miles an hour, and this undercover police officer did nothing. And don't get me wrong, I mean, we all witness this, but if you're the person that's going down a 55 mile an hour highway and a police officer is on the side of the road running radar and you go by him at 70 or 75, the odds are they're probably going to come up the road and get you. But yet when a cruiser guy just going down the road, and I get it, I mean, don't take the conversation wrong, but where it really was classic yesterday, as I drove by him, he was texting. He had his phone in his hand in front of the steering wheel and texting. Now, for the record, you get a ticket here. And for the record, just some years back, that was a reckless driving ticket. Yes. Have you ever got one of those? Yeah, ask me how I know. Yeah, if you get caught with the phone in your hand driving down the road, you get a ticket. And it's a hard ticket. And actually, Virginia lowered the ticket from a reckless just to a very hard, like 3 points against your driving record, and a record on your, I think it stays on your record for 3 to 5 years. You get another one, I think it does go to reckless driving. Yeah. So isn't that aggravating? It's just aggravating that you witness the law enforcement that, but it's a game. We all know that you getting a ticket, and don't get me wrong, definitely people that are abusing the laws, doing high rates of speed. I get all that. But the way the roads are today more than ever, you know as well as I do, you get on the road and you're going the speed limit, people are going to be very aggravated at you because I'm not talking about rural roads, I'm talking about the highways, the beltways, I'm talking about where people are traveling to and from work, and it's just a craziness on the main big roads where people go at least 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. In this area, I think for the most part, police just don't really even chase you unless you're really doing 15 or 20 over, because there's just so many. Not talking about rural roads. I'm talking about out in the main main highways. So if you're in a 55 mile an hour highway around here, you go by a cop at 65, he's not going to pull you because he knows the 75 mile an hour guy's right behind you, or the 80 mile an hour guy. That's how they know. That's how they play the game. Anyways, so aggravating. What else can be aggravating? Well, it's the car personality itself. Anybody here that's had a car that's had any mechanical issues? Yes. And then you have to take it to a dealership. I mean, for many people that watch my channel, the ongoing front splitter of my Corvette Z06, which I've never taken the time to get fixed, many people were very aggravated on how Carvana delivered that car. And they were so aggravated that they were like, I would not take that car. I'd give it back to him and tell him, kiss my butt, in so many words. Yeah, that's aggravating to me. And yes, if you have your car in the parking lot, somebody comes up and puts a ding in the side of the door, or somebody by accident has a shopping cart hit it, or scrapes it, or actually hits your car, that's extremely aggravating because now your pride and joy of what you own has been changed, and now you got to go through the process of getting it fixed. So it's not only the aggravation that your car's been damaged, but now it's the process of you're going to have to go take it to the shop. Now, who's going to pay for it? Yeah, you get rear-ended. The list goes on and on and on. And that's what I say. We have these vehicles. They bring so much joy to us. But at the same time, it brings so much aggravation to you, especially if you're married and you're trying to buy something and you're trying to trade out something and the one spouse just doesn't see what you see. And then it becomes very aggravating because you are thinking, okay, maybe we should get this instead of that. And then you got to kind of try to meet middle of the road. And then the aggravation of who gets what they want and who doesn't get what they want. Yeah, who doesn't know these stories? Yeah, the sacrifices where that goes. And then what's more aggravating than going to the car dealership and the dealership advertises the car, but yet it's not available. And this actually happened this past week up here at Dulles Dodge. My good friend Chris and Shannon, they advertised a leftover Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit that Chris's wife has really been wanting, something like what we have, but not the L version, the shorter version. And so he literally went to the dealership with the intentions to look at that car to see if he could possibly buy it, because it's a leftover model, big discounts. We get there, and I witnessed it. The car's gone. So the dealership had it still online, even though there was a pending sale, and I guess the sale finally went down at the last minute. But who hasn't had this happen? And I know some people think that dealerships, and I don't disagree, deliberately advertise stuff to lure you into a dealership that's not even available when they have this big discount, leftover and whatever, and just get you in a dealership, and then they're like, oh, yeah, that's sold. I mean, I've had that happen numerous times, and I'm like, when did it sell? And then you get to deep and dirty, and you come to find out that car, motorcycle, truck, whatever it may be, it sold like a month ago. It sold like weeks ago. But they just leave it up on the website to lure you in. I mean, it's a very devious marketing trick that a lot of dealerships do, because they know they can lure you in, and then once you get there, they can steer you in a whole different direction to buy something else. Who doesn't know these stories? But it's not aggravating. Or what's more aggravating than being told your car that you ordered, hey, no, your Whipple supercharger. Yeah, one of my subscribers, which I don't disagree, one of my subscribers said, hey, you should just cancel that freaking order, tell them give all your money back, and buy some turbos. In all sincereness, that's not a bad idea. But at the same time, we're so far now into this. I mean, I'm going to give Lethal Performance a call here probably today and say, oh my gosh, man, come on. So yeah, they said to me, oh, by the end of June, then, I just may take that position of, just refund my money back, forget it, I'm out. It ain't worth it. Give me my $12,000 back. So appreciate the idea. But at that point, I may be like, I'm just not going to do anything. And the reason I say that is because now the GT350 is being teased of being the next Ford Mustang product to come out. So what if the GT350 comes out and it's supercharged? Or what if the GT350 comes out and it's a 600 plus horsepower naturally aspirated car? So I don't know. So there's a lot of variables there. Yeah, so I'd have to kind of, so what the whole point is, that's aggravating. Anybody knows it's ordered cars, motorcycle, whatever it may be, and you're told that's going to be in, but then it doesn't come in. Or what's even more aggravating is you order a vehicle, and when it comes in, they didn't option it out correctly. Yeah, it means it's aggravating, right? Look at good old Kiefer. Does he aggravate us? Yes, he does some days. Or the car that you ordered, who hasn't heard these stories, it's damaged. Yeah, wow. I can still remember my first official motorcycle was a Yamaha 550 Maxim, burgundy color, in 1982. And my parents were so cool because I used to ride that to high school. My parents literally let me ride my motorcycle to high school and to work. And I'll never forget being on Route 7 up near Tyson's Corner and being on that motorcycle and the bike, as I'm going up the road to an intersection, that turns off. And this big ass RV just about runs me over. I just miraculously moved over to the shoulder of the road at the last minute. But the bike totally, what's really weird about that is the bike died literally not too far from, really like across the street. I never even thought of this. So there was a company called Cycle, can't remember the name, it was Cycle something, motorcycle in Tyson's Corner. It sold Yamaha motorcycles. And And that's now that I think about it, it'd literally be like where the light was, with me standing here, and the dealership was like up the way over on the other side of the road. And the motorcycle turned off. And so, and I'm trying to even remember how I mean, that's where you just kind of, the things kind of get blurred in your life. Because that was now 42 years ago. So anyways, the end of the day, the battery wasn't, whoever put the bike together, they didn't screw down like the positive or negative battery terminal all the way, so it vibrated loose. And did I figure that out? I just can't remember, because it was evening, so it was getting dark, and I'm just thinking to myself, did I pop the panel off, and did I figure that out? I don't know. And back then, you didn't have a cell phone, so it wasn't like I could just call somebody on the side of the road. So yeah, I only wish I could remember that in a better sense of what happened that evening. So yeah, very aggravating, right? So drinking my coffee. For anybody out there is listening, and I kind of stopped for a minute. What's aggravating? I bought this Ford F-250 Platinum truck, and I never drove it up the road at high speeds because that stupid ass Baltimore Beltway up there is always locked down. If I could have driven this thing at higher speeds, I may have had a different position on this truck. I'm sincere in that. I meant to be like, ooh, I'm not so sure this is the right idea, because this truck is walking. And yeah, would I like to have that hooked up to the dump trailer today? I would. But do I trust it? I don't. But I'd rather take the Ram TRX and have fun with that as I go up the road. One of my subscribers, help desk, he's funny. He goes, where's the frickin' valve stem caps? I'm like, great. Where's the frickin' valve stem caps? Guess I can just take them off one of my own vehicles and put them on it, right? Yeah, and you go by the parts store. I should have taken Kirby's. I told him I was going to take his. He was laughing. Like, you're going to go out to your outside, and guess what's going to be gone? Your valve stem caps. He's like, yeah. So I said, I'm going to put a pebble in the end of the valve stem cap so it slowly deflates all your tires. You know those stories? You ever had that happen? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the stories and antics I could tell you, but yeah, how am I going down that story today? So what else aggravates us? I talk about it all this past week, how you try to get your infotainment center to Bluetooth to your bike and your phone, and then at the end of the day, Harley Davidson decides to make it where you turn everything off, and you got to start all over again. I mean, it's like, how much these engineers get paid? I mean, do engineers aggravate you? Sorry for any engineers out there that watch my channel, and I'm not trying to deliberately attack you, but sincerely, what is it about you engineers? It seems like you like to aggravate people on how you put things together. Because you go to take something apart, it's like, did you ever think this through? Just like the Harley Davidson product. What engineer actually rode a motorcycle? Probably none of them. I mean, you have to wonder in the infotainment center, why the hell would you have a vehicle? I mean, think about it. All cars have accessory modes on them. I mean, right or wrong. And so for the Harley brand, for them to totally turn off the bike after you just want to turn the engine off, I mean, what is that all about? Why? I mean, why do other manufacturers per se, I mean, as you know, over here in this Honda CB1000R, you have an ignition switch. So when you turn on the bike, it energizes the bike, but then, so you look here, the bike is on, right? But here is the start button. So let's start it up with it in neutral. So the bike is started up, right? Now, the bike is pulled up. I can say, you know what? I'm going to turn it off for a second. But all the accessories are still on. So, I mean, I can go through all these bikes here that do that. But yet, for Harley Davidson, the 2024 brand new, latest, greatest technology, it sucks. It's the worst. It really is. Oh, here is your North American Charging Standard plug adapter. See this right here? I bought this a few years ago. This thing cost me like $300. And I'm glad I'm bringing that up. So what goes on here is you got to take, so Tesla's charging station doesn't have the same style plug-in as my truck does. So you got to take this and adapt it to the Tesla's technology. Hey, baby. And so go over here with the poop on the side of the frickin' cap. So see here, so this plugs in, okay? But now Tesla has a whole different, standard. So the North American charging standard versus the CCS, the combined charging system, which is this style here. This is the combined CCS style plug. And I was talking, a gentleman yesterday reached out, and he's saying, you're not really correct in what you're telling people about Tesla, because the NEVI, the North American Electric Vehicle Infrastructure bill that has the guidelines of what is supposed to be done for the electric infrastructure for charging of cars. But I didn't read that bill, but the individual was saying you're wrong about Elon Musk's position. Well, I disagree with that. Elon Musk is no idiot. He's just gotten the car world to go to the North American charging standard. So he knows that for the future of the Tesla infrastructure being built out, he's going to force the hand and make the automotive manufacturers start to participate and help to pay for that growth of infrastructure. I mean, why would you think otherwise? I mean, since show anybody on my channel, why? And this is aggravating because it's Elon Musk who plays the game of draining other people's pocketbooks to enrich himself. That's how he's rich. Rich people are not the nicest people in the world. Rich people didn't get rich by being give everything away to somebody else. It doesn't work that way. So for Elon Musk, prove me wrong. The guy is going to force the hand where the government's going to intervene, and is going to force other manufacturers to. And what you're not understanding is this. You just have to think through it. The government has what they call Inflation Reduction Act. Inflation Reduction Act is giving billions of dollars for building out infrastructure of charging stations. Elon Musk most likely has already taken his share of the money, and he doesn't have any more to take. So, duh, you get General Motors to go take some. You get Ford to go take some. You get Stellantis to go take some and give it back to me. That's the thought process. That you, hello, just take other people's monies that are to be given to you by the government, but it's under a different business name, but accomplishes the same damn thing. Yeah, that was what I think is Elon Musk is trying to force the hand at to come to be. I mean, and so yeah, so he's an aggravate. Why am I saying aggregate? Aggravate. Need more freaking campsite coffee, don't I? Yeah. So he's going to aggravate others to accomplish his goals. That's what he does. It's interesting. There's a lot of talk about Elon Musk, what's going on. His so-called future manufacturing platform that was going to revolutionize the car manufacturing, he's stepping backwards on that. He's now supposedly pulling back on that brand new manufacturing plant that was going to have stamping capabilities of making basically the unibodies and the platforms for the batteries all in like one or two less steps than traditional manufacturing. He's pulled back. He's now saying, he doesn't know that's really going to work like he thought it did. So Elon Musk, even in some ways, is questioning himself what he's doing as Elon Musk. But it won't matter. He'll say something great today that raises stock back up, and people will get all excited because Elon Musk will tell them the way it's going to be for the future, which I'm sure aggravates some of those. And it's really, so here's what's really aggravating is I just told you Carvana. Carvana actually has outdone what so many think wouldn't happen, that they would be broker than broke and they'd be out of business. Well, it's not happening. Sorry, Gloomer. That's the thing. The danger of the Gloomer Doomer people, they only hope and pray that they can have a YouTube channel to tell you the future of everything and then say, see, I told you so. See, I told you so. But they're wrong. I mean, the sad part is what they're telling everybody, they're in so many ways, at the end of the day, what they tell and predict everybody, because they're predictors. In so many ways, we have the prophets of the YouTube community like never seen. We really do. we have a whole collection of the prophets. I should call my channel the Prophet Channel. Yeah, right? Yeah, let's do that, right? Yeah, well, I really hope I'm not conveying to everybody else that I know the future. I'm just talking about what's going on in modern times and what the state of times is, and I'm not trying to convey to you what's going to play out. I'm just telling you, hey, this is the way I see it. This is what's going on, but what do you think? What are your thoughts? And that's more of the interaction of hanging out with YouTube subscribers, as we all can kind of share our ideas and views and thoughts, and hopefully not be enemies from it, and hopefully not argue about it, because it becomes political things, but everything intertwines with the politics of where we are. Now, the parents are getting very aggravated of all these colleges that are getting very upset that they're paying $90,000 a year for their kid to go to school, but they can't go to school because the pro-Palestinians, and aren't even college students, have intruded their space and have ruined their learning capabilities and even their graduation ceremonies. So parents are getting very aggravated, and that's what you got to think about. You talk about all the gloom and doom. People say everything's going broke. Why are so many people in college? How are parents paying for all these tuitions? Oh, we'll go back to, people go borrow money, Mr. Iceman. Well, okay, yeah, true. Joe Biden just eliminated another gazillion people of college debt if they were like the arts. If you took like the arts degree, you just were given the blessing of whatever debt you owe to the financial institution to give you a college degree. You don't have to pay for it anymore. That supposedly just happened. Did it? I don't know, but I read about it. Doesn't mean it's factual. People on X are claiming that they are arts graduates with degrees, and they've been notified by the U.S. government, per Joe Biden, that their student debt has been relieved, and they don't have to worry about it no more. Does that aggravate you? Does it aggravate you that as a sitting taxpayer, you're paying for other people's problems? Does it aggravate you that this country is funding wars like never seen? And that in the end, I said yesterday, you really have to step back and wonder. You really have to step back and wonder if the underlying mission here in this city administration is to totally screw up the fossil fuel infrastructure that forces the hand like never ever seen to force you to go buy an EV vehicle because the fossil fuel industry gets disrupted. I mean, if anybody here thinks that's far-fetched, you haven't been around long enough. And if you don't know how devious governments can be and political people can be, business people can be, it's huge. And right now, the EV industry, by the standards of so many that talk gloom and doom, it's in dire straits. But is it? But this is what's really, in so many ways, aggravating for me as an individual to think about China. Because all you hear about, and so what you don't know from me personally is I was in, and you've heard me talk about it, but I was in the lawn and garden equipment business, back in 2007, 8, and my biggest challenge was the Chinese, because the Home Depot, the Lowe's, the Walmart, they all sold the Chinese crap. And then people brought the Chinese crap to my dealership, and they paid $150 for a lawnmower. Well, it cost us $150 just to fix it for them, and they went ape crap. But they bought the piece of crap, China crap, throwaway stuff. And then when somebody's in my showroom looking to buy a $500 nice Toro mower, they go up to the Lowe's and they buy the $300 China-made mower, and they didn't care. So it would hurt my sales. And then on the service end, the China organizations, the Lowe's, the Home Depot, the people that sold the Tractor Supply, the people that sold these Chinese-made products, they wouldn't pay you nothing to fix them. Yeah, so if you signed up to be a warranty center for these places, you fought tooth and nail to get paid for the warranty work you did. They'd pay you barely anything for it, and then they'd challenge you on what you did for it. It's just a total joke. And so China, as we know, infiltrated this country like never seen, eliminated jobs, eliminated manufacturing, and a lot of people argue on that view and all. But the point is, now here we are, and get this, Starbucks just released its earnings, and they're dismal. Starbucks has serious challenges. Starbucks needs more coffee drinkers. They've tapped out the American market. Apparently, the average American citizen drinks 380 cups of coffee a year. So what have they done? They've gone to China. Just listen to my conversation here. Starbucks has gone to China. They're trying to infiltrate China like never seen because they're losing their momentum of growing their business. So in China, their goal in 2022 was to put in one new store every 9 hours in China. From 2022 to 2025, Starbucks' goal was to open a brand new store every 9 hours. That hasn't happened. But what has happened is the Chinese have taken the Starbucks concept. Hello. Hey, Elon Musk, you wonder why electric cars are in China are finally starting to blast off? Because you went and set up shop over there a few years ago and they wrote off your views and ideas and technology and undermined you. Hello, Apple. Hey, Apple, remember how you went to China trying to penetrate their market and all of a sudden now China is infiltrating your own business? They're backdooring you because people are buying more China phones in China than Apple phones. And over in China, Apple's earnings are dismal. Hello. Is anybody waking up to this, what's going on? So forget this. This is beyond believable. It's just to show you how P-minded brains we are of the so-called world's coming to an end, doomer gloomers, everything's, going sour, the country, the world's at dire straits. So last year, 2023 in China, 50,000 new coffee shops were opened up. That is three to four coffee shops opened every hour of every day last year. So you and I were talking a year ago, as my video posted close to 1 hour of content, another 2, 3, 4 coffee shops had opened in that single hour in China. Yes, but the challenge in China is the Chinese only drink 3 to 6 cups of coffee a year. What is going on? Well, you just have to shake your head. What is going on? Yeah, it's just aggravating because of the constant, and so now here's the next thing. Jerome Powell is, we're waiting now for the job reports, but the stock market makes no sense whatsoever. The stock market doesn't make any sense. It's up, it's down. The traders love you guys to play the game because you guys have all the money. They sell high, they buy low, and people don't get it. And I'm no stock expert. Somebody else out there would truly tell me how to tell people how to say all this stuff. I'm just not the stock trader. I don't have that insider information. Wish I did. Wish in my life I would have taken that route, because you know very well for the amount of monies I've made throughout my life, I'd have made a lot more money. Yeah, is that aggravating? Yeah, as I progress in life? Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. So, anyways, the whole point is China is undermining our country like never seen. And it just blows me away on how companies go set up shop in China, and China just takes all their technology, their business model, the list goes on and on and on. But now our own domestic branded companies are at such dire straits of economic woes, they're begging the Chinese to take on their products. McDonald's is in the same ballgame. McDonald's, in actuality, is their volume, their sales are down. Yes, the consumers have pulled back on, well, I wonder why. When you have $4 gasoline and you have expensive groceries and everything else is expensive and the interest rates are higher, yeah, that starts to cut into people's extra spending money, and people think twice before going to McDonald's, and they figure they'll just pack themselves a bologna sandwich today with some chips and a water bottle and save themselves some money. Yeah, that's what's going on. But it's been going on forever. Whole point is, now McDonald's is desperately going into China to try to expand that business. You just have to wonder over there in China. So it's all about China. China. But back here, stateside, this city administration, this government is wanting to ban China from doing business in the country, from TikTok. Joe Biden's green agenda will get destroyed if BYD can ever infiltrate this country with electric cheap cars and other big guys out there that over in China that build less expensive electric cars. So they're raising the tariffs like never seen. So, on one hand, you say, what are they really thinking? And to me, it's just they're stealing everybody's technology and business practices to enrich themselves at the end of the road, where at the end of the day, they're just going to end up putting out of business the big guys that are here over there because they create their own big business from learning from them. Yeah, right. Okay. It's always about the morning conversations. I'm going to wrap it up as I got a lot of things going on. and the pool's coming. Gonna take that down. The condors, the business, yeah, right. The birds, yeah, the birds aggravate the heck out of me. You know what? At this point, like, it's not as bad. So if you look at my cars, think about this. I pulled the Ford Explorer over here yesterday, and miraculously enough, there's no bird poop all over it. So I think I think things are coming down, hopefully, to an end of their whatever they got going on. I'm surprised the goslings out there in the pond. My pond, the first time in probably, I'd say 5 to 7 years, is looks so good because of the jerk up the road that dug out his pond, and all the lily pads came to my pond. And if it wasn't about nutria animal coming into my pond and eating all that, I mean, I tell people all the time, pray for a miracle. Just pray for a miracle, man. Go to my how to pray video, and I didn't figure out that message. I watched somebody else's video. I was watching a church sermon. Somebody watches my videos. I'm not going to take credit that I get all these great ideas. And that was my idea. Think and Grow Rich. That's a book that I wrote from Napoleon Hill. Read. Well, I write a lot of things. I read that had me share that information with you, that hopefully you can read and benefit from as well. But just sharing information. I'm not the prophet. As we go up here into the office, and I guess the kid is up here working. And come on, pups. Yep, and there's the dog. And the kid is on duty. I put a whole new network in. Pretty cool. Put a whole new wireless, brand new upgraded network. And it's so cool because it's so much faster and it's so much better than all of for the internet, there's a lot better. But what's really weird is sometimes I load these videos at nighttime and they don't load but for hours and hours. I made a bunch of videos yesterday. You guys never even saw because of whatever. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of weird on why that played out that way. So I'm going to wrap it up. Nobody's really reaching out. The channel, just to share with you, sincereness, the channel's died. So my channel really has died on subscribers. So usually I get about 350 subscribers a month, which that's really thank you very much. But last month I did a little over 200 subscribers. So I don't know, I guess my algorithms, but I get it. This is a content channel of conversations, talk. It's not me being Cletus McFarland of driving around in some crazy ass truck with there's just so many things out there I get on YouTube that you can watch to satisfy your aggravation that you need the outlet of a YouTube channel, make you laugh and do things. And the thing too is we haven't traveled, and the subscriber thing does kind of seem to go up when we travel, go places. Or I'm buying a lot of things, but Jesus Christ, I just bought in the last month a camper, a Ford Explorer ST, and a Ford F-250 Platinum. And what else did I buy? I mean, I think that's probably for the most part it. But at the same time, wow, there's 3 big purchases, and not really much of didn't really drive a lot of traffic to the channel. So I don't know. I guess it's me, which I get all that. But you know what? I'm blessed to have the subscribers I have, and sincerely, I'm blessed to have friends. I'm not lying to you. I mean, whether you're Raj or not, the money factor thing really isn't much of anything, but the friendships, the interaction, you really can't put a value on that. I mean, that's just incredible. So for me, I've been blessed to really have some great people that support my channel and interact and keep it going. And that's the goal. So I got to get off the channel here. Thanks so much. I know it's long videos, but whatever. You can always hit pause, go somewhere else. But the whole point here is nobody's really asking for the Ice Age TV sticker. Surprised. Or am I? Ice Age TV. Comments at gmail.com. You can email me personally if you just want to say hi, share pictures of your cars, trucks, your life. And people do that. So believe it or not, some of my subscribers email me stuff, which is really cool. So hey everybody, hope everybody has a blessed Friday. Be safe out there. And don't get aggravated. Yeah, can you avoid that today? Yeah, good luck, right? Don't turn on the news. God bless. Stay safe.